my name's Mr. Stephenson, and I'm the admissions manager here at Moreland School. So I've now been at Moreland for coming up 2 years. I do live here as well, yeah. It's a wonderful thing, obviously, living on site, being here to help as and when needed, whether it be with boarding or in the kitchen, and just sort of creating that family atmosphere. I think the wonderful thing about Moreland is it's ever changing. So we've seen the introduction of our SEN Wellbeing Centre, our sixth form centre, and even changes to our boarding houses. The developments that are going in are absolutely brilliant. And it's wonderful to see students' faces when they sort of enter these spaces, and knowing that we're really helping to shape and guide future generations. I do have children, yeah. So I've got Isla, who's just turned 4, and I've got Grayson, who's coming up 1. Isla's actually been at Moreland since she was about 2 years old, I think. She started in the nursery, which is equally another great asset to Moreland School. She's really sort of developed in there, and that's a credit to the team in the nursery setting as well. I was once on stage with Jimmy Carr singing the YMCA. I went to see Jimmy Carr when I was at university in Buxton, and they asked if there was anyone who did amateur dramatics, and that was myself. I stupidly put my hand up and ended up on stage reading a Jimmy Carr script, wearing a top hat, stuffing my face full of marshmallows, and singing and dancing in the YMCA. So I do wedding hosting, which is essentially taking a lead role in a bride and groom's special day to make sure their day's running smoothly and to give them lots of entertainment. So we do things like musical introductions, little games with the best man and the bridesmaids, and just generally, bring a really good atmosphere to their wedding breakfast. I think the wonderful thing about Moreland is definitely the family ethos and atmosphere. It's really, really wonderful to have a small school with a really big heart where the sixth form students know the reception students, and it's such a lovely place to be. Everyone's friendly. And it's really nice for me. I was lucky enough to be schooled internationally. My parents lived out in Copenhagen. And I went to a sort of similar school, I suppose, that had lots of international students, and to learn about cultures and all that for me as a child was really, really great. And it's lovely to see that at Moreland here as well, with our borders, with our international borders, and just all these cultures that we can learn about. Oasis or Blur? You having a laugh? Neither. Oh, that's really tricky, because I seem to flip every time I say it. The more important thing is, are we going whipped cream or clotted cream? Clotted cream's the answer. Oh, see, now, I'd have to say ballet, and the boys might tell me off for that one. I'm not very athletic at all. Ballet was something that was completely new to me when I started at Moreland as well. And I just find it absolutely fascinating watching the talent that's in there, the dedication in there as well, and just learning. It's a different language as such when you go and watch them train. It's great. Paul Daniels, classic, has to be Paul Daniels, surely. Although if we're talking magic, we've got to go Penn and Teller as well. They've got to get thrown in the mix. Spice Girls or All Saints? Oh, if my wife answered this, she'd probably say, for me, Spice Girls, let's be honest. Favourite wrestler? I was never allowed to watch wrestling. So I've never watched wrestling. The only person I know is The Rock, and that's from watching Moana with my daughter. I've got a dog and I've got 2 cats, so does that outweigh cats and dogs? I suppose that maybe answers that one. I was growing up, I suppose, in the era of McFly and Busted, so I used to listen to McFly. I know my wife listens to a lot of McFly, so I've got to say McFly. Snow any day. Living in Copenhagen for 6 years, we were used to snow. There was snow for months and months on end. It's got to be snow. Just bread. Any bread. Any fresh bread, straight out the oven. As long as you got butter on it, we're good to go. Mountain. I like my skiing. I'm not very good at skiing. I was fortunate enough as a kid being out in Copenhagen and international schools to experience ski trips and things like that, which is equally brilliant because we've brought those to Moreland School as well since I've been here. So it's got to be skiing, got to be skiing. Oh, see, I'm getting old now, I'm quite boring. So night in, definitely, good film, glass of red wine, good to go.